gaslit me into thinking that this film was great.
Captain America Brave New World, the Marvel film formerly known as NWO, was another in a long line of reshoot-happy superhero films from the MCU lineup.
Hold on, wait a minute, I'm being corrected.
Actually, there were 22 days of reshoots. Don't spread misinformation, Rob. Oh, thank God! I thought the movie was gonna be a mess. It was only 22 days of reshoots. Makes me feel so much better.
The last-minute promotion for this film was nothing short of desperate. From Anthony Malcary, I think that's his name, having the odd open-ended view of what Captain America represents. Apparently, it's everything but America.
For me, Captain America represents a lot of different things, and I don't think the term, America should be one of those representations.
What? Did you just hear this motherfucker?
It's like, it's about a man who keeps his word, who has honor, dignity, and integrity. Someone who is trustworthy and dependable. It's...
Right.
To then walking it back after getting blowback, clearly.
Let me be clear about this. I'm a proud American, and taking on the shield of a hero like Cap is an honor of a lifetime. I have the utmost respect for those who served and have served our country. Cap has universal characteristics that people all over the world can relate to.
No, Matt. I don't think Iran is all about Captain America, my dude.
You know what I mean? Not everything can be for everyone. When I think of Captain Britain, I don't say to myself, oh, he's just for me too.
Captain America Brave New World director confirms that the WWE champion Seth Rollins cut from the MCU film to make way for Giancarlo. I don't
know how to say this.
When Giancarlo became available, it was such a no-brainer. Fans have long since speculated that this change was a result of the Marvel Studios scrambling to save Brave New World after the first cut absolutely bombed in its initial test screenings.
We also had an interview with Anthony Malcary that resulted in people being slightly upset with him painting himself as a struggling black man when he actually came from a well-to-do family. The film's early reviews were bad from critics, but according to Twitter, the film was a massive triumph.
Dear God, it's beautiful.
I saw the film, and I will now explain it to you as quickly as humanly possible because it's not worth your time. It starts off with Harrison Ford replacing William Hurt. At this point, if Harrison Ford is in any movie, I know that it's trash. He's here to pick up a fat check and sleep limp through another role. The fight scenes are painfully stiff and without weight. It looks like something fans would have come up with, or an episode of Backyard Wrestling. The pacing of the film is absolutely terrible, with the usual Marvel humor that's so cringe it puts you off the characters. I'm looking at you, Latin dude that's now the new Falcon. Basically, it turns out the dead god that Marvel has completely ignored for many of its films and TV shows, from the now defunct Eternals 2 movie,
can you imagine how many lives this is going to be saving?
Was made entirely of adamantium. And all of the major world powers and nations are on a mad rush to get to it and mine it for resources. Within the first 4 minutes of this film, after the shitty fight scene, we've already set up the plot for the next Avengers movie and the X-Men. Excuse me while I puke in my mouth. Of course, the 4-foot-tall white woman, who looks like she has Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, beats up a room full of men twice her size. Pokimane loved it. Thank God, the film did need some more girl power. I'm pretty sure I said this before, but the movie has horrible pacing, and it feels like a discombobulated mess. It's about as coherent as Camilla Harris on Broadway talking to actors about representation.
We have to be vigilant, and it's just the nature of it. Look at this beautiful play and everything that we know he was suppressed, he had to suppress so much. We don't see the beauty in everything, right? These things all coexist.
It's another in a long line of MCU films that suffer from feeling uninspired, making this headline from an article written about one of the crew members that worked on Brave New World seem all the more poignant.
I think everyone knew that this probably was not going to be a good film.
Basically, the leader, but they never call him that, who looks like the Toxic Avenger, so basically the green dude, right? He is giving President Ross meds to keep his heart going, and his spiritual advisor on future events. He's like a TikTok psychic, except he also deals on the side and he's actually useful. This all stems from the Hulk movies. We're going way back now. That's how far back you gotta track to know what the hell's going on anymore. It's convoluted. Alright, Giancarlo plays Sidewinder. You wouldn't know that because he doesn't wear Sidewinder's outfit, so I didn't know who the hell he was throughout the film. He means nothing, he adds nothing, and he's here, he's gone. That's pretty much it. Everything meant nothing, my guy. Anyway, back to the dude who looks like the Toxic Avenger. The leader wants his life back, but he gets screwed over by Ross. So to get revenge, he starts pumping him full of gamma radiation pills that help his heart, but also turns him into the Red Hulk.
He also uses mind control by playing this really old song that was really cheap to copyright, coincidentally. So if you hear this song, you either become one of his living dolls or you have a heart attack. How he does this isn't established, but then again, I kind of passed out while watching the film for a little bit.
Throughout the film, the leader calls President Ross to yell at him like a toxic team member in a match of Marvel rivals till the dude totally hulks out. That leads to the ending of the film with a 5-minute Hulk fight that is so meaningless, and it carries as much weight as the woman who wants to ban Twitter in Sweden. Anthony Macchie's Captain America is absolutely fantastic for a guy who has no superpowers. He can somehow deflect missiles, take direct hits, and block them with his vibranium wings and suit made by Wakanda, and the whole 9 yards. He's super special. He can also take direct punches from the Hulk.
Which doesn't make sense because he's a normal human. But whatever, don't ask questions, just consume product.
And the film has a Shakespearean level ending. Possum Reviews. Thank you for this, dude. You've encapsulated the whole film.
The climax of the new Captain America movie is bad guy who doesn't want to be the bad guy getting turned into a monster and losing control, and the good guy doing the "I know you're in there, you have to fight it" thing, complete with a terrible green screen effect. Oh yeah, that is right, the cherry blossom scene. Yeah, that was pretty ass.
What Possum leaves out is that we get to see Harrison Ford without a shirt, and he's wearing ripped up shorts. He looks like a corpse, dude. Harrison Ford is long past his prime, and he's lingering on far too long, getting as much money as humanly possible before he dies, rather than fading off into the sunset and leaving people with a positive image of the work he's done, much like the MCU itself. After seeing the film, I see why Marvel Rivals was offering in-game crap for people if they bought a Regal Cinema ticket, just to get a skin. And real talk, the Marvel Rivals fan base is rabid for skins. They will buy a ticket just to get a skin for the game, especially if it's good. I'm not even joking. I'm sure Disney put the devs up to this because this film stinks. It's as bad as the Marvels. It's almost as bad as Borderlands. And it's just so hard to describe to you what happened in the film because it was so forgettable, dude. Then you have articles like these.
Chris Evans, Captain America, wasn't expected to save us. So why is Anthony Macchie's? There's an American desire for black people to lead the charge when it comes to affecting change. And now, even black superhero films are asked to wage war against MAGA land, something that never would have been expected of Captain America film in the past.
What the hell is even this?
They're already gearing up to call people bigots if it fails, and say that too much was expected of the black Captain America. It's just not that deep. It's a bad film, dude. Honestly, this movie is indicative of the current state of the MCU. Oh, but what do I know? Black girl magic, go!
So this movie is going to make an impact beyond entertainment. What was it like working with Anthony Mackie as the Black Captain America and Julius Ona as the director?
I don't think there's a black Captain America. I think there's just a Captain America.
Okay.
And he could be red or green, but he's not. He's Anthony Mackie. And he fills the shoes, whatever they were. I was there when it happened, and for me, he's Captain America.
Yes, this film has made an impact. Another in a long line of forgettable Marvel films, stunning and brave. Now, if you go to Twitter, you either hear that the film is doing great or it's bombing. There's no in between.
Brave New World's Thursday box office underperforms with $12 million, supposedly. Brave New World was doing $90 million to $96 million on open day. The other one said it only made $88.5.
But then when you put it in perspective, Taylor Swift made $92.8 million on her opening weekend, and $123 million globally. She's throwing blows with Captain America. For the hell of it, I pulled some tweets from Threads. Get ready for some brain rot.
Because America is trash. Wakanda was a black utopia.
Well, here's the thing. As trash as you may feel America is, I know you live here. One, you can always leave, you won't do it. And 2, Wakanda doesn't exist. 3, white people made it.
Wakanda was a visual representation of Afrofuturism, a black utopia we could attach ourselves and aspire to. Unfortunately, we don't have that same attachment to America at the moment, nor a character that represents it.
Well, that movie came out years ago, and so far, the black utopia has taken a back seat to foolishness, gangster rap, and streamers that make the culture look ignorant as on an international scale. Oh well, we'll get them next time. Wait, hold on, I'm being unfair. The rapper Akon was inspired by Wakanda to make Wakanda a reality. Let's see what's up with that.
Akon City. Tumbleweeds roll through a site of rapper's Wakanda-inspired dream. Star unveiled plans for a city on the Senegal coast 5 years ago, but the project has been beset by delays.
Let's take a look at it. There's some dirt, there's some sort of wooden building. That doesn't look like vibranium to me. And there's oxen shitting everywhere. Lord help your people.
Wakanda forever!
We are too busy watching our country be dismantled because they can't bring themselves to vote for a woman. Let's be very clear. We were in the same predicament when Black Panther came out. Granted, Hillary Clinton was white, but yes, the majority voted against their own interest and elected then who we have now. We watched their administration tear down the world, then continue to watch them because what? Cause more destruction now?
If it's causing destruction to stop sending money to another country to have drag shows, let the destruction commence.
Because it is a Zionist hero who was a former IDF soldier, even though she was deemed not required to enlist, she chose to volunteer for it. They have been in displacing Palestinians for 78 years, and now they have escalated to full-blown. I love Anthony Mackie. He's getting his flowers, but I cannot and will not watch this one.
Oh my God, this is a goddamn nightmare!
Do you see what's wrong with Threads? It's just like Blue Sky. Hyper leftists that can't even just go, I'm not interested in a film. Everything has to be political on a scale that makes no sense. Somehow we went from Anthony Mackie and Captain America into Stein.
Because it isn't a black movie. It's a movie with a black actor.
Who cares? Screw it. I can't do this no more.
Ask you why we didn't show up to a movie called Captain America the same way we did for Black Panther / Wakanda is wild.
Let's keep in mind, Black Panther was made by white dudes. I had enough of this. So yeah, there you go. The film is very, very mediocre. It's a gigantic Disney Plus episode that went on an hour too goddamn long. And when IGN says a movie's mediocre, you know it's a train wreck. Adios, bichachos.